Hey guys, it's Lefforge. I am so glad that you are here today. So this video has been highly requested, and today we are going to be talking about Walt Disney World annual passes, how much they cost, what discounts and perks you receive, and who I think it might be right for. So I'm so glad that you're here. So this video, I almost didn't do it because I do feel like there is a lot of information out there about annual passes, but the reality is you haven't heard about them from me other than when I have, I don't know, tooted the benefits of it, or sure, you've seen my annual pass holder magnets, or you've seen me talk about my little annual pass holder slider, but maybe you really don't know, what is an annual pass? How do you get an annual pass? Well, you probably know what is an annual pass, but you may not know how you get one or how much they cost. So the first thing I want to do today is just go over what it is, what it includes. There's lots of different annual pass options, how much they cost. Then I want to share with you kind of my annual pass story, and then I'm going to talk about who I think an annual pass really can be a good value for, with one caveat about how it can end up costing you a ton of money. So first of all, of course, the Walt Disney World annual passes are just like what they sound. It gives you access to the Walt Disney World parks for 1 year. There are several different levels, the top tier being the Platinum Plus pass, and that one includes all 4 theme parks plus the water parks. There are no blackout dates, and the cost for that is $994. Now, there are a few perks that are included with all of these passes that I'm going to go over as soon as I'm done going over the numbers with you, okay? So the Platinum Plus pass is $994. If you are a Disney Vacation Club member, that is discounted for you. Now, that is only if you purchased your membership direct from Disney. If you purchased resale, that discount may not be available to you. But the DVC discount price for the Platinum Plus pass is $849. So no blackout dates, all the theme parks and the water parks. Next level, regular Platinum Pass. That retails through Disney for $894, and if you are a DVC member, it's $749. $749 if you're a DVC member. All 4 parks, no water parks, no blackout dates, okay? Stepping down one more, we have the Disney Gold Pass. Now, this is what I currently have. The Disney Gold Pass does have a few blackout dates. There's not very many. I think it's Christmas week and Easter week, and that's pretty much it. The Gold Pass, however, is only available for you to purchase if you are either a Disney Vacation Club member who purchased direct from Disney or a Florida annual resident, and the cost for that pass is $609. Now, Florida residents actually have several different options beyond that I'm not going to go into, because I'm assuming if you're a Florida resident, you're probably well aware of what's available to you, but those are kind of the basics of what's available. And I do know that the Florida Resident Pass, one of them, I think it's silver, has a lot more blackout dates than any of the passes that I just mentioned. So that's something for you to keep in mind. Now, all of the passes include a 20% discount on merchandise, discounts at certain dining locations. That's typically 10%, and it's not all, but it is quite a few. Sit-down dining restaurants, a few stands like the Joffrey's coffee stands, I know, do 10% off for annual pass holders. So if you decide to get an annual pass, make sure you always ask, because a lot more places offer a discount than I even realized before I was an AP holder. The other thing you're able to take advantage of, and this is when I put up my video about staying club level at the boardwalk, this is when I got the most amount of questions about this, are room discounts. Now, the thing with annual pass room discounts, they're typically very limited. They are not offered usually until 2 months, 3 months before your travel date, at least in my experience, and they go very quickly. If you are an annual pass holder, you're actually able to log in through my Disney Experience, but also the Walt Disney World website, and it will show you what the annual pass discounts are. They can be anywhere from 20% to sometimes I've seen as much as 50%. Typically it's around 40% for deluxe resorts, around 25% for moderate resorts. It really depends. I am able to take advantage of those quite frequently because not only do we live close, but I'm famous for resort changing. So maybe I'll book at Port Orleans French Quarter or Coronado Springs, and then a really great annual pass deal will come out. And if I can stay at the Boardwalk, which is what happened with this trip, for only like $50 more a night, I'm probably gonna upgrade and stay at the Boardwalk. And when I meant this trip, the trip that I'm leaving for on Thursday. Oh, did I mention I'm leaving for Disney on Thursday? Yeah, so I'm trying to get this video up before I leave for my trip. Also included with all of the passes is little extras and perks that you may want to take advantage of, like getting this fun little annual pass holder slider, having the availability to get these fun little magnets if you're in the park during certain time periods. There are also special annual pass holder pins that you can get at certain events, and you do have to show your yellow pass holder card. I meant to bring that down with me, but I will put a picture of it right here so you can see what one of those yellow pass holder cards look like. Just a little tidbit there. You can also take a picture of the front and back of that, as well as a picture of your photo ID, and the cast members will accept that for all of the discounts, or if you need to show it in order to get your annual pass holder magnet and things like that. So lots of really fun perks and discounts, but it may or may not be worth it for your family. So for us, because we are DVC members, that gold pass is really too good for me to pass up. Now, if you're only gonna go once every other year, you really shouldn't even consider doing this because a 5-day, our family typically will do a 5-day park hopper if there's all of us, and a 5-day park hopper currently runs, and I know I wrote that down somewhere, $523.45, okay? So if I'm already paying $523.45, and I'm a Disney Vacation Club member or a Florida resident, and I can pay $609 and get a gold pass, obviously that makes sense. If I just put in, you know, 1 or 2 more days throughout the year, that has already made sense for me. Once you layer on the discounts, it can really make sense. Keep in mind that only one member of your travel party needs to be an annual pass holder in order to take advantage of those discounts. So, you know, the 20% off merchandise and the room discounts might be worth it even if you only did one trip, right? That's a lot of potential savings there. The first time we got an annual pass was actually before we were even DVC members. And what we used to do is we would schedule, because we went to Disney every year, so we would schedule 2 family trips within a 12-month period and try to stagger them so that they encompassed, so basically it was like, we would go in 2 separate years, but they would be within a 12-month period. So maybe we would go, you know, the week after Christmas this year, and then the following year we would go Thanksgiving week, and we could use the same annual pass for both trips. Well, with a 5-day park hopper ticket costing $523, you could see how even if you went with a Platinum Plus pass, that's still gonna be a good value for you, right? Because the cost of tickets is ridiculous. I mean, it's really something that I don't think people factor in when they go to plan a Disney vacation. They know that airfare is expensive, they expect their hotel to be expensive, but the sticker shock of that ticket price can really be a big deal. So if you want to be a family that goes to Disney every year, it might be a great way for you to get an annual pass and then get 2 trips in under the same annual pass. So that is how we first started getting an annual pass. And we did it for everybody. I think we did it 3 years in a row that way, or I should say 3 annual passes in a row, which really was 6 trips, if that makes sense, because we did 2 major family trips under each annual pass. And it really financially made sense for us. And then of course, if you add the dining and the merchandise discounts, I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer. If you are a DVC member, it's really a no-brainer, because even if you're only going, you know, you're not paying that much more than even a 5-day park hopper at $609. So just squeeze in 1 more trip and you're already making your money back, right? So I have loved being an annual pass holder. I wanna say I've taken a couple of breaks when there's been a really long pause in between trips. You do get a slight discount for renewing as opposed to getting a new pass. So every time I have to kind of do the math and figure out how long is it gonna be until my next trip, my current annual pass expires the end of May, and I'm not sure when I'm going back, so I may or may not choose to do that. Another really awesome tip, and hopefully you're taking notes and I'm just not blowing your mind with information. But another great tip is if you decide you want to book a package, you can actually book a package, especially if you get a great discount. And once you get to Disney, you can upgrade that park hopper ticket that came with your package into an annual pass, because that will enable you to take advantage of some of the other perks. Well, the biggest one that I haven't even mentioned yet that I love is that you get Memory Maker with your annual pass, and that wasn't always the case, but for me, Memory Maker is huge. And again, only one member of your party needs to have that annual pass. Now, assuming that you're sticking together. If it's a big extended family, that's not gonna work, but if it's your immediate family and you're gonna be together for pictures, then only one member of your party needs to have that annual pass in order to have Memory Maker for everybody. So that can be a really, really good value as well. I didn't write down how much Memory Maker is if you purchase it separately, but I'll put that right here so you can do the math for yourself, especially you DVC members, and see that it probably is a good way for you to go, maybe even if you're only planning one trip. So, here is my end of the day caveat as to why actually getting an annual pass could be the most expensive decision you ever made. There is a lovely thing called Disney math, and here's how Disney math works. And I would say that this entire channel exists because of Disney math. Because what happens is you sit around in your house, especially if you live in Georgia like we do, so going to Disney is perfectly doable for a long weekend. And you think, you know, I already have that annual pass. And then you get on the annual pass holder discounts and you see that there is an amazing deal at Port Orleans French Quarter or Pop Century. And you think, huh, if I left on Thursday, I don't have to be back at work until Tuesday. We could go ahead and go down for the weekend and we could do Mickey's Not So Scary or the Christmas party. And if you've watched my videos at all, you know that that is exactly what has happened to me this year. So I have ended up going over and over and over again to save money. My husband likes to say that our annual pass is going to cause us to go into bankruptcy saving money. So be very cautious when you get an annual pass. Those last minute trips, because although, granted, if I got a great deal on the room, or certainly if I've used my DVC points, right? And I've got my annual pass paid for, I still have to pay for food. You know I'm still gonna end up shopping. It is still gonna cost me a lot of money. And I don't help at all, because not only do I end up going down there because of that logic, but then I buy extra ticketed event things like the Christmas party, the Halloween party. On this next trip, Scott and I are doing the early morning magic at Hollywood Studios. I mean, all these things that cost extra money. So what I'm communicating to you here today, if you take nothing else away from this video, is Disney's going to get your money and they are not stupid. So, does an annual pass make sense for an awful lot of people? Yes. Will an annual pass actually save you money? Probably not. So, walk in with eyes wide open. Understand the limitations. You know, if you're planning on doing it just for room discounts, really understand the limited availability and that it doesn't come out until, you know, just a couple, 3 months before your travel dates. But if you can be flexible and take advantage of those discounts, if you do a lot of shopping and you'll be able to take advantage of that 20% discount on your merchandise, if you're someone who plans on going at least twice within a 12-month period, then I think an annual pass can be an absolutely great idea for you. And then you'll get something like, you know, one of these little sliders that cost thousands of dollars. I hope this video has been helpful. It is a lot of detailed information, so if anything wasn't clear or if you have any follow-up questions, please put them in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.